If you are coming to live in Barcelona or coming here to study, you have definitely heard of pickpocketing. Barcelona is one of the worst pickpocketing cities in Europe, and it's just stayed that way for a very long time since I first came here over 10 years ago. And I just wanted to go through and kind of just give some tips on how to try to avoid pickpocketing. Sometimes you just can't help it. They're really smart, they're really clever. It does happen, but you can take a lot of steps to try to prevent that as much as possible. And it's not that hard. You don't have to be scared. There's many things you can do, and let's go through that. So the first place where it is super common to get pickpocketed is public transit. So whether you are on the metro, the train, the bus, they're definitely high areas, especially because they can be crowded and sometimes you aren't always paying attention. So the best thing you can do when you're on public transit is make sure if you have a bag of some sort that you kind of keep it close to you or your hand on it. You can use your arm or your elbow to cover the opening. That helps as well so that it's harder for somebody to reach their hand in and grab it. If you have a backpack, you can set it on the floor. Or the smart thing with a backpack is if you do have anything of value in it is to put it on inner pockets. So a lot of backpacks now, you know, there's normally a pocket inside the main zipper pockets. So putting your important stuff inside of there so that it's harder for them to reach. It's just not easy to grab on the outside. Same thing with a purse. Putting it on a lot of purses have a zipper pocket on the inside of the purse, putting it in there, or just keeping it inside. It definitely happens more when the train is really crowded. So during rush hours or late at night on the weekends when pickpocketers know people are drinking and probably not paying as much attention to their stuff as they should be. It is the same thing on the bus as well. And it also happens a lot when people are entering and exiting because there's a lot of people going back and forth. And so it's easy to kind of just swipe past you and grab something, whether it is your phone, your wallet, your keys, or something else of value you might have on yourself. The second most common area for pickpocketing, of course, is going to be super touristy areas. I don't know why they aim for tourists because a lot of tourists are paying attention of their stuff. But I think, you know, while they're taking pictures and in big groups, it's easy to be distracted. So especially in the center of Barcelona, such as in Born and Gothic neighborhoods, they're super touristy, small alleyways sometimes. So it's really easy for someone to just run past, grab it, and keep running. It happens on the beaches quite a bit. So make sure when you are on the beach and have your stuff, it's under a blanket, under yourself, or attached to you someplace close so that people walking by can't just bend down and grab it and run away. That is very common as well. Some other areas such as La Rambla, Plaza Catalunya, also by any of the big sightseeing areas. So Park Güell, Sagrada Familia, Casa Bayo, any of those kind of big areas up by the MNAC on Montjuic Hill are very high tourist areas and are areas you can likely get pickpocketed. So be careful when you're in those areas as well, or by any bus stops where the red buses, tourist ones go. Those are going to be very common as well. Some things you can do also to avoid pickpocketing is don't look scared. That is such a big giveaway for tourists visiting and people who are really nervous. If you're clutching your bag really tight or wearing your backpack in front, it's just not you making yourself a bigger target by looking scared. It's just about being aware of your stuff, having it right. Try not to carry as much as possible. So that's another big thing I think that some people don't think about is if you are going to be carrying something of value on you, is to separate it. So just in case something gets stolen, not the whole thing does. So if you're bringing a wallet, only put in as minimal cash as you need and only like one credit card. Keep one at home or somewhere else. So in case one of those things gets stolen, you still have some stuff in another space. Don't wear your backpack in front. That is like the stupidest thing ever. Like if you're gonna have it, just put a lock on it. Or I've even seen zip ties, you know, when people go through airports with the two zippers so you can't unzipper it. Wearing it in front, it looks so bad. You just make yourself a much bigger target and then they know you're either carrying a lot of cash or credit cards or multiple laptops or something that they can sell. So just be really careful that way. Another thing that is very common now for people to have are cell phone cases with the strings attached. You can buy them pretty much at any tourist store here or online before you come. Those are a really great tool that have been really gained popularity the past 5 years or so, I would say. So you can put your phone on it, so you can either hang it around your neck or wrap the straps around your arm, your wrist, or even your bag. So if someone were to come by and grab it out of your hand, there would be something normally kind of stopping them. They might still tear it away or cut the strings or something, but it is another good measure than just holding your phone regularly. So that's another big thing to look out for as well. And of course, as everyone knows, don't put things in your pockets. Any pants pockets or jacket pocket, don't put anything in a pocket unless it has a zipper. Even if it has a zipper, you still want to be careful with that, but never put anything in a front or back pocket, anything like that. It stands out, you know, they can see it. It's easy to grab. A pocket does make it harder, but you still want to be careful because it still makes it an easy spot for a pickpocketer to come and grab that thing from you. Another thing you want to do for women with bags at restaurants, never set them down, never put it on a chair. You want to have it, make sure it's attached to you somehow. So a lot of women will put it under their leg and then onto their lap, or keep it on your arm, or if you have a crossbody bag, keep it around your crossbody. If you have a tote bag, keep it on your lap, because a lot of times when you're distracted, when you're eating, it's easy for somebody to come by and just grab it. So as long as it's attached to something, it makes it harder to bring away, or it will stop the thief from taking it. Another big thing is setting your cell phone down. I know we do this a lot in the US especially. You really don't want to set your phone anywhere open, put it on your lap or under your legs when you're eating or out at places, because if you set it on the table, it's so easy to just grab and run away, especially if you're going to super crowded areas or really touristy areas where it's just known. It's definitely a really easy way for someone to take your phone. So don't set it down, especially when you go out to bars at night. Make sure it stays in your hand, in your bag, somewhere safe. A lot of students, especially, and young people who are out partying, get their phones stolen at night because a lot of pickpocketers know they can target those areas because the alcohol is going to lower your inhibition a little bit. So be really careful there as well. Last thing you can do to help, just in case something were to get stolen, such as your phone, make sure you have theft insurance on it. I had so many friends when I was studying abroad here, students who got their phones stolen, but thankfully they had insurance, so it wasn't so expensive. Make sure, you know, especially if you have an iPhone, I know you can pay a couple euros extra to have the theft insurance on it in case something does happen. And also if you bring anything of super high value, make sure that that is insured as well, such as, you know, a laptop or anything like that. But I wouldn't recommend bringing too much of high value here just for that reason. And you just don't know, especially if you're a student coming here, you know, it's kind of different. There's people in and out of your rooms all the time, and cleaning people and other friends, and the doors can get left open. It's just safer to have that stuff just not be here if you can help it. Pretty much besides the phone and laptop you probably need for school. Those are all my tips for staying safe for pickpocketing in Spain. Sometimes you just can't help it. I've had friends who pickpocketers come up and just rip a necklace off them or take your watch. Sometimes there's just things you can't do, but it's good to just be safe and aware of your surroundings as much as you can and take the necessary precautions. And this can happen in any big city or any city really, but it's definitely going to be more common here. So just make sure you're looking out for those kinds of things. And if you have any other questions about special pickpocketing tips or things to do, let me know in the comments below. I can try to answer any of your questions or make some more specific videos if there are any specifics out there.